Hello there and welcome back. For those of you who I haven't met yet, I'm Jane Ross and I'm the module coordinator for ARTI101. I'm based on the Musgrave campus. The purpose of this session is simply to reorientate you to the module, to see what we've covered already and what we've still got to do in order to successfully complete this semester. As you know, we no longer have A and B weeks, so that makes it quite easy for us actually to get through what we need to get through. I do hope that you all have access to our ECI page and that you have the Jean Edwards Teaching Primary Art textbook. Please, if you have any resource issues, sort them out with our Stadio support team as soon as you can. You'd like to give yourself the very best chance of passing this module with flying colours. You'll find that the course reader, along with the study letter assessment guide, Robin Gibson article, CAPS document, a couple of other useful resources are on our ECI page. And there's a lot of material up for you already. This module is divided into 5 units. You came in at the beginning of the semester with Unit 1, and we asked you to read chapters 1 and 2, the introductory chapters in your Jean Edwards textbook. We also asked you to read chapter 3 in your course reader. Now, this was taken from a book by Day and Hurwitz on children's development through art. And in our lecture time, we looked at Victor Lowenfeld's take on children's stages of artistic development. This is, of course, vital for you as future art teachers because you need to know the ages and stages, not only so that you can plan age-appropriate lessons, but so you can troubleshoot should the need arise. Just a heads up here, we're going to be doing a couple of online tests rather than a formal sit-down test this term, just because of the situation. And in your first online test, you're going to need to know those ages and stages pretty thoroughly. So we do suggest that you revisit all that lecture material. I'll give you, as soon as I've been through the units, I'll give you a proper breakdown of the assignments again. So that was Unit 1, Stages of Development, and Introduction, in which we look at the value of art and why we teach art in school. Then we move on to Unit 2, which was the elements of art. So there you're looking at aspects such as colour, tone, line, texture, pattern, form, space, and shape. And then in Unit 3, you were asked to look at the principles of design. So there you're looking at things like emphasis, harmony, unity, balance. And you were asked to read chapter 11 in your course reader for that one. And for the Unit 2, it was chapter 6 in your Jean Edwards textbook. And then we gave you an online quiz, and it tested you on both the elements of art and the principles of design. Now, as I say, I'm going to deal with the practical side of the module, which is all in Unit 4, when we discuss the portfolio. So let's just move on quickly to Unit 5. Unit 5 asks you to read Chapter 3 in your textbook, and also to look at an article by an Australian woman, Robin Gibson, who was researching into art in the primary school a few years ago. It's a journal article which is on UCI, and that online quiz 5 will be on those two components. Right, so that's it for online quizzes. They're out of 10, but when you do the final breakdown of the marks, you'll find that they're worth 5% of your year mark. As you know, this is a pure CAS module, continuous assessment module. Don't underestimate those quizzes. They can make all the difference between passing and failing, and they can be done open book. So there's no excuse not to get 100% for each one of them. Great. Okay, so that's your quizzes. Then, as I said at the beginning, you're going to do 2 online tests. One of them is going to ask you about children's stages of artistic development. And then the second one, which you'll do closer to the end of the semester, is going to assess your grasp of one of the practical aspects, along with how you would roll that out into the intermediate phase classroom. And those tests, they'll be marked out of 20, but of the final module, the tests are worth 20%. Okay, so we've got your essay 1, which, you remember the essay on spiritual, social, cultural, moral development. It was a quote we took out of the Jean Edwards. And so you're looking at the holistic development of the child in the art classroom. And we do hope that you've finished with that already. Remember, you had to look at a web page, journal article, and refer to a written text as well, because there's a mark. Go into the rubric and just, with all your rubrics for the academic side of the course, just research as widely as you can, educate yourselves as widely as you can, and use those rubrics as checklists to make certain that you've covered all your bases. Right, that essay, the 20%er, your first assignment, is going to be due probably at the end of the first week in May. We have proposed alternative assignment dates to management, but we will only be able to release them to you once we've got official approval on them. So, online tests, quizzes, first assignment, then your next assignment is your gallery response paper. And the material, the lecture material, everything you need for that, as well as links to international galleries, are on ECI, and you are able to access them now. That gallery response paper is worth a further 15% of your CAS mark. And this lockdown period is such a wonderful opportunity for you to visit international online galleries and complete it now. There's been such a generous outpouring from the international arts community that you have a wealth of material to select your artwork from. And in your lecture and in the links we've given you, you've got a chance to visit galleries all over the world, basically. So have fun there, explore, enjoy. And then back to your assignments. Your third assignment is, of course, your practical portfolio that I'm going to be discussing a little bit later. And that is worth a full 40% of your final CAS mark. I think I've covered just about everything that we need to talk about for the sake of this video. And I look forward to seeing you next time. So signing out for now.